Hello, guys. So I got a role last week as a senior process analyst. And it was, honestly, when I even when I got called for the interview, I couldn't even recall when I applied for that position. Yeah, so it was part of a lot of applications that I had sent out. And the interview actually took 3 stages. It was intense thanks to the hands-on. Like I had mentioned earlier, so I know some of these concepts earlier. I had read them, I have even done trainings, but the hands-on was something I didn't have, which was very, very, very helpful for me for my interviews. The last one, when I was going to see the VP, the very first person I met was having a chat with me, and she was telling me the things that stood out for her, the things I had mentioned in my first interview that stood out for her. And what did I say? She was, happy that I was able to run her through a process from start to finish. And some of the things, those lingo that I was just throwing around, I can recall saying process-led requirements gathering, right? And they were like, what's that? And I was like, I don't just ask questions to gather requirements. I want to understand the process, all of those things that will get to coach through. It was also very good because I had to go watch. When I saw it was a process role, I had gone back to watch those process videos again and again before I had the interviews. And what worked for me essentially was doing the work, because doing the work made it stick. Of course, my previous experience also came to play because I also spoke about my background in banking in Nigeria and some of the projects that I had done, right? But majorly what they wanted to see is you can do the work. This is my first BA role. I said it before, I've never had a BA role. I didn't get an entry level, I got a senior process analyst role. I was able to hammer on some of those things that we did in class, particularly to pull a story out of how I would run my work from start to finish, from identifying my stakeholders, engaging them, eliciting the requirement. That was when I just said a story. And what was meant to be like a 30 to 45 minute interview, it was running into over an hour, and she was like, wow, she was just blown. She was the one that paved the way for the other levels, because she was the first one, even though they were still interviewing other people and everything, she was able to push me on to the second stage and then up onto the third stage. And the last stage, when you're already seeing the VP, more like formality, right? So yeah, that's my story. Thank you so much to Pollard. I wasn't expecting I would get a role before the end of the program, but thanks be to God and thanks to the team here, thanks to all my colleagues as well for the learning experience. Yeah, it's still a learning process, right? So like I was telling Oge when I shared the news with her, I'm still going to hold on to her, hold on to Laud, hold on to Tosin, even as I also get better at being a business analyst. So yeah, thank you so much. That's my story.
I am going to sleep well tonight.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Some things that stood out for me in what Taiwo said: doing the work, it makes it stick, and then it makes telling the story easy, right? A lot of people have come to us, have done BA trainings, they've done mostly the theory part. When they get to interviews, they're asked questions, they don't know how to describe, because whether you like it or not, a recruiter knows when you are talking from the book or when you are talking from a place of what you have done. And the best part of our program is the practical part. I go at the extra mile to make it as practical and real as possible so that you guys